Hello, everybody, and welcome back into Coca-Cola Coliseum for some more Toronto Marlies hockey action. The Marlies taking on the Coachella Valley Firebirds for the first of two meetings. This might be the second and final meeting this year. I believe they already faced back in Coachella. Toronto won the game. Here's Olofsson. So Firebirds look for events tonight. Marlies in their alternate uniforms. Their alternates this season will be the St. Pat's uniforms, so whenever there's an alternate night, they will be wearing St. Pat's. Here's an early chance. Good block in front of Dennis Hildeby. Shot. Toronto sends it into the Firebird zone. Around the boards it goes. It's picked up by Carrick. Former Marlie. He'll send it ahead to Olofsson. Now ahead for Hughes. Down the right side board. Toronto needs to get it going here at home. It's been a struggle this year. Here's Logan Shaw breaking in. He'll drop back. Turn that over to, again, that time Hayden, and now Lynn with it. Wind out of the zone, up the right side. Here come the Firebirds to the attack. Winding, centering. Good save made by Hildeby. Here's Aberzizi, and the Marlies go the other way. Logan Shaw. Past 5 minutes gone in this first period, no score. Here's Steves, man going to the net. He'll feed that over to Niemela. Back to the point, that's Rafai. Can't hold the zone, Niemela does. Topi Niemela, stick lifted. It's kept in momentarily, and now the Firebirds should get it out, and they will. Carrick for a win and out of the zone. Pass up on the wing for Hayden. Here he comes with speed. Taken back by Niemela. Toronto trying to go the other way. They have a Winter Classic coming up against the Syracuse Crunch. That will happen on September 10th. We hope to see you there. Uniforms will be revealed on the 9th. Here comes Wright. Left side moving in. Trying to get it to the goal. Pass out front. It's Schultz. There's a chance, and it's poked away. Now the Marlies grab it back. The Marlies undefeated in St. Pat uniforms this year. Kokkonen fires, and that missed the net wide. Here's Ty Voigt with it. Taken back by Wright. 8 to go in a scoreless first from Toronto. Firebirds have it. They look ahead. The pass finds help in Schultz. Now Melanson. Breakaway. Here come the Firebirds. And the save made by Hildeby. Melanson still has it. Back for Renke. Moves in and shoots. That's blocked. Got it back. Hildeby the save. Villeneuve. Off the boards for Master Simone. Alex Nylander expected to return sometime next week to this Marley lineup. They've been missing his spot on the team. Yeah, he's offense, and he'll bring you offense. He's a great defensive player, too, when given the right chance. Here's an early stop made by Hildeby, and the rebound got over to the right post. No score in the first. 3 to go. Here's Torberg. He'll step in, gets by, he's in, and he stopped. A good save made by the Firebird netminder. Here's McKinnon in his own zone, looking to get it out. Marley's trapping the zone, but now it's picked up by Polchorowski and out. Now Melanson. Down the left side and in. He'll go to the goal, looking. There's the shot blocked. Melanson with it again. And now picked up. Centered. Olofsson in front. And a penalty coming to Coachella as tripping on the play. The Marlies will see the first power play of the game. So here's the face-off. Taken one back by Carrick. Trying to get out of the zone to end the period. And that clear does just get out with 1.2 seconds to go here in the scoreless first. Face-off here, right side. Left side, and that'll end the first. Scoreless tonight from Coca-Cola Coliseum, the Marlies and the Coachella Valley Firebirds. Shots to goal in the game are 3-2 Coachella after one. A very tight pace first period. The hits are 5-0 Coachella. Face-offs 2-1, and Toronto on the power play to start the second for 1:53. Welcome into period 2 here tonight from Coca-Cola Coliseum. No score on the board through the first 20, but Toronto on the power play to start the second 20. Draw one. Here's Olofsson with it. No clear. It's over the head of the Marlies and back down the ice. Niemela back to get it in his own corner. Having trouble holding on to it as pass finds Shaw. Here come the Marlies on the power play, trying to get something started. There's a pass off. There's the shot, and a better save made by Drieger. He covers on that. Just the third shot he's faced in the game. So here comes the face-off left side. One back, Marlies have it. Blandisi again. He stopped that time, and Renke to right is there, and he'll look to get it ahead. Here's Schultz shorthanded, moving in, and he'll just send it down the ice. Good penalty killing by the Firebirds. Blandisi in his own zone, can't get it back. Renke turned it over. Joe Blandisi, he's ahead. Here's Joe Blandisi, gave it away. Wainwright, back in, it's Winterton. To the net, he's stopped by Hildeby on a shorthanded bid. 8 seconds left on the Toronto power play. That'll do it, they're 0 for 1. Renke stopped by the chest of Hildeby. Ice opening up here, good save! And Hildeby dives back onto it and holds on for a face-off. No score, almost 3 minutes into the second. It's Toronto and Coachella. Toronto 12-4 on the season. Firebirds 9-3-1. Here's Renke, centers, Winterton, down low, shooting, good save again made by Hildeby. Sent ahead, that was given away. Schultz with it back. Here's Schultz, looking for reinforcements. Firebirds inside. Melanson is stopped by Hildeby. Wade in the paint, right with it. Right tries, that's taken back by Niemela. Here's Alex Steves, bumped off the puck but gets back to it. Steves up the right side, moves in, curls, shoots. Good save made. And now here's Olofsson, almost halfway, no scoring. It's Toronto and Coachella Valley. William Villeneuve getting in there. Dug free, Firebirds have it. Down low, penalty coming, it's going to Toronto. So the Firebirds will see their first power play of the night. Toronto went 0 for 1 on theirs, really couldn't get anything started. Here's the draw. One back, Firebirds, there's a shot knocked out and another penalty on the play. Interference, the call, it'll be a 5-on-3 for the the Coachella Valley Firebirds. 5-on-3 for 1:55 here. Draw one, here's a chance to clear, and they give it away. In front, good save, Hildeby. Petronero to Kokkonen. Almost halfway with no goals. Here's Olofsson for Hayden. Hayden moves in, has a lane. He'll shoot it, good save, rebound in the paint. Toronto cleans that up and clears it. Torberg down the ice. Shots in this power play, 5 for Flint. Sorry, it's Coachella. Here's Hughes moving in. Hughes to the net, he's stopped by Hildeby. Looking down low, back to the point, another shot. That doesn't beat Hildeby. Petronero clears. The Firebirds reset back in their own zone, 5-on-3 for 20 seconds. Here's Olofsson, taken down by the bodying of Torberg. Back to the point to Rafai. Rafai shoots, that's blocked. And that'll do it for the 5-on-3. Coachella 0 for 2. Here's Lind as a man going to the net. Lind shoots, he's stopped by Hildeby, it goes in behind. Been all Firebirds this period. Olofsson to Carrick. Here's McKinnon down low, a good block. And now here come the Marlies. Clifford, he'll just get it in. 8 to go here in the second, no score. Carrick to Hughes. Slavin stopping him on a big collision. Now Clifford getting it right back inside, but right back out. Olofsson, Marlies have it, it's Blandisi. Going to the net, Joe Blandisi drops it off. Slavin, he stopped, they score! The Marlies strike first here tonight. It's hard work down low that pays off, and they're on the board first. Kyle Clifford. So the Marlies strike first. Kyle Clifford the goal. It's a big one to put his team in front. It's Slavin who sets it up. Yeah, he gets the shot that forces the netminder to knock it to the opposite side, and that's where Clifford was sitting. McKinnon hits the post as Firebirds almost came right back. Here's Stenlund with a look. He stopped. Lays that down in front of the Marley net. They got to be careful with it. Studnick. McKinnon stopped by Hildeby. Shaw to Clifford. Here come the Marlies again. They lead 1-0 more than halfway. Clifford slips inside. Fans on the shot. Got it back and scores! He goes back to back. It's 2-0 Marlies. So Kyle Clifford doubles down, and the Toronto Marlies have themselves a 2-0 lead. Job well done by this team, and this is what you have to do. Take advantage of the chances given, and he took advantage of that space he was given, and Toronto has a 2-0 lead. Here's Nick Abruzzese. He has Logan Shaw going to the net. Abruzzese looks and shoots. That deflected in front. Could have been trouble. Brought out by Melanson as we enter the last minute of play here in the second period. Fed ahead, given away to Shaw. Marlies back in on the turnover. Here's Steves to the goal. Scores! It's 3-0 Toronto. Alex Steves gets the goal. For the longest time, we were tied at zeros. We now find ourselves in a 3-0 Toronto lead. Here's Renke. Up the left side, taken down, penalty going to Toronto with 3.3 seconds to go in the second period. Coachella had a 5-on-3 earlier in the period, were unable to come through. It was 0-0 for the longest time, but Toronto with 3 late goals here in the second period to take a commanding 3-0 lead. That'll end the second. They lead it 3-0 tonight at Coca-Cola Coliseum. Shots a goal in the game are 15-9 Coachella, but it's 3-0 Toronto after 2. The hits are 9-2 Firebirds. Faceoffs 9-3 Firebirds. 0-for-2 on the power play. Toronto 0-for-1. Coachella on the power play again to start the third. They're down 3-0. Welcome into period 3. Here tonight it's the Marlies and the Coachella Valley Firebirds. And the second and final meeting of the year. Toronto looking to sweep it. They're in a good position, up by 3. Here's Olofsson. Gave that away. Kokkonen looks ahead. He has Blandisi with him. Blandisi up the right side. He'll step in and shoot. He stopped, and it just fed through the paint wide. And now it's in! Joe Blandisi stuck with it. It's a short-handed goal, and it's 4-0. Blandisi did nothing fancy on this. He just poked it in as the puck came free after a huge save made, and now it's 4-0. Short-handed goal. Hughes across. There's a chance. Firebirds, and they send it wide. Petronero with it. Here's Mikko Kokkonen up the right side boards. A minute into the third. Here they come again. It's Kokkonen! And he stopped. And Steska holds on. All Toronto after a game that was 0-0 for the longest time. The Marlies decided to pour it on. Here's the face-off right side of the goal. One back by Blandisi. Here's a shot from distance. That's fanned on. Now Slavin tries. It's blocked as it goes to the corner. Firebirds trying to get out of there. 30 seconds left on their power play. Hayden gave it away. Villeneuve is inside. William Villeneuve peels back. He had help in Slavin momentarily. Now it's out. And here comes Coachella with a 2-on-1. Hayden taken back by Villeneuve. Pass finds Steves. He has a goal tonight. Steves drops it off. Here's Miller. And he fanned on the shot. Now it's Hughes. 3.5 gone in the third period. 4-0 and another penalty going to Toronto. Firebirds back to the power play again. So here we go. Face off to the right side of the Marley net. Here's the draw. One back, controlled. Renke, that was stopped. 0-for-3 on the power play tonight. The Firebirds pass ahead, finds Shaw. Here's Logan Shaw, short-handed. Wade shoots. Good save made by Teska. Here's Schultz in his own zone. Setting that up on the wing for Melanson. Through the middle of the ice, now Melanson in over the line, drops for right. He'll spin and fire, and that was handled easily by Hildeby. And now Marlies ahead. Master Simone. He has speed. He'll break in. He'll shoot. And he's stopped by Steska as it's picked up again by the Firebirds. Marlies giving them all kinds of fits in their own end right now. Winterton gets it out, and now ahead. Here they come on the power play. Right. Stopped by Hildeby. Rebound. That doesn't go. A bouncer in the paint. He cleaned it up. Here's Kokkonen with the captain, Logan Shaw. Shooting. Good save. And he turned on that one. Here's Schultz. And the power play done. 0 for 4 on the night now for Coachella. Winterton in the zone, going to the net with it. Knocked off his stick. Aberzizi back to collect, but it's the Firebirds to it first. And a big hit in front gives Toronto control again. Landisi in over the Coachella line, drops that back for help. It's Kokkonen, and he fired that right on. Steska holds on. 11:37 to go. 4-0 Marlies. Here's the face-off, right side of the goal. One back, Blandisi, scrum off the draw. That was Ty Voigt trying to find it. Here's Lynn. The other way in over the Toronto line, but poked right back out. And now Voigt, with speed, will take off. Ty Voigt, one of the fastest players in the league. As Hughes. Here's Schultz now to Renke and out. Renke, 9.5 to go. Another penalty going to Toronto. Firebirds 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. Here comes their 5th. Down by 4 with 9:13 on the game clock. Face off one. Marlies trying to get it out of there. Miller defending the point down low. Carrick moves in. Shoots. Stopped by Hildeby. Got a good shot away, but Hildeby up to the task. Here's Torberg. He can fly as well if you give him space. Pass finds Steves. He's in, and he stopped. Good save made by Tetska, as that one looked like it was going in for sure. Here's Hayden that comes out. Villeneuve to Steves. Here he goes again. Can't give him room. Steves. And he's stopped by Lind. Good job by the Firebirds on the coverage. Hughes bringing it in. Another penalty going to Toronto. It'll be the 6th of the night. It'll be a 5-on-3 now for 38 seconds. Here's the face-off. One back controlled. Marlies dig it off the draw, and here's Kokkonen, short-handed. Mikko Kokkonen off to the races, steps in and shoots. He's stopped easily by Steska. And a face-off in the Coachella zone. 7:33 to play. Third period, Toronto 4, Coachella 0. Here tonight. Here's the draw. One back by Blandisi. Villeneuve couldn't hold on to it. 5-on-3 for 10 seconds. Here come the Firebirds. Petronero cut that. Job well done. Out of the box comes Marshall Rafai. He's back to the attack. A minute to go in the other power play, but here's a short-handed chance. What a play! They score! Joe Blandisi with an absolute beauty. And it's 5-0 Marlies. It's another short-handed goal, and this one even prettier than the last. So the Marlies running away. They lead it 5-0. Another short-handed goal for them. And the Firebirds continue to shake their heads in disbelief. Pass finds Blandisi. He's been all over the ice tonight. Just scored again. Shoots. He just missed. Trying to get the hat trick, and Stevska elects to hold on. Toronto Marlies, a fierce club this year, and they've been heating up recently. This is the kind of home game that they've needed. They've been struggling a lot at home recently. And this is exactly what you want to see from this lineup at home. Face-off picked up here by Olofsson in the corner. Gave that away. Got it right back. Sent ahead for Hayden up center ice and over the line. Hayden to the net. That's taken back by Slavin. Now Rafai up on the wing for Blandisi. Here come the Marlies again. There's an open lane, and Blandisi just missed the target. Rafai will go to the net. Marshall Rafai. There's the chance. They whack away, and Steska kept it out on the goal line. 5:18 to go. Final stream today. Toronto leading 5-0. Here's the draw. One back, picked up by Carrick. Here's Carrick in his own zone. Marlies harassing them in their own end. Hayden just trying to kill the clock some more. They want this one over with. Here's Lynn shooting. It's blocked by Aberzizi. Another penalty on the play going to Toronto. Right back to the power play goes Coachella again. They've had power play after power play in this game, but find themselves down 5-0. Here's the draw left side. 3:30 to go. It's been a dominant fashion game for Toronto tonight. William Villeneuve will carry it along. 3 to go here in the third period. Villeneuve moving in. Centers it over. Here's Torberg. Got a quick shot. And Steska plays that down. Given away to Steves. And falling down, trying to get the shot to the net. That just missed. Right. Schultz with it. 2:40 on the game clock. Toronto 5, Coachella 0. Here's Winterton. Taken down, and another one. The Marlies have not been disciplined tonight. Penalty after penalty to find themselves on a 5-on-3 kill again. Poked out by Kokkonen. It's kept in. Win centers. Good save made by Hildeby. It looked like that one might beat him, but it doesn't. Here's Olofsson. Hild center. Another save by Hildeby. Logan Shaw to Petronero. Marlies ahead with it, trying to kill the clock on it. That was given away. Here's a step. Kokkonen trying to get back. Another stop, Hildeby. Here's Carrick fanning on it. And the Marlies get it out. A minute and a half to go. 5-0. Here's Logan Shaw. Picks it up in the corner. Abrazizi looking. Centers down low. It just missed Shaw. Back to the point. Here's Kokkonen keeping it inside. Mikko Kokkonen down low to the front. Shooting. Backhander. It was fought off, and that should do it for all power plays tonight as the Firebirds do not come through. Here's Mikko Kokkonen back to get it in his own zone. 20 seconds left. 5-0. Steves up the right side. He's taken down in a big collision. That'll stop play. It seems everything is okay, but 5-0 is the score here tonight. Here's the face-off outside the Marley zone. Picked up by Olofsson. And there's the turnover. Hayden has that back one last time. 13 seconds to go. Hughes looking for a look. Master Simone steps in with the puck. Fed that ahead to Slavin. He'll just poke it in, and that will pretty much do it. The Toronto Marlies rout the Coachella Valley Firebirds tonight. 5-0, your final score from Coca-Cola Coliseum. The Marlies come away with the victory. What a game for the Toronto Marlies tonight. A very characteristic win. A much-needed home win for Toronto in dominant fashion. They downed the Firebirds 5-0 and sweep the season set against Coachella. That was the final stream of today. So if you did not join us, you can catch up easily by going to the live option on YouTube. And hopefully we'll see you sometime early next week for more streams. Thank you for watching.